unable to be restored within 15 minutes, items remaining for consideration will be continued today, Monday, June the 8th at 4:30 p.m. via video conference. The agenda and documents are located on okc.gov. Third point, to speak on a certain agenda item, please call in advance of the meeting, 405-297-3467, or text your request in advance of the meeting to 405-205-4195. Include your name, the agenda item number, and the reason you would like to speak. Please submit your request prior to the beginning of the meeting to avoid receiving your request after your item has been considered. City staff will attempt to submit requests received during the meeting to process them to the meeting chair. To speak under comments by board, staff, and citizens, please call 405-297-3467 or text 405-205-4195. Please list your name, address, phone number, and the subject on which you wish to address the board. Can the staff inform the chair that the quorum is present?
Yes, there is a.
Mr. Chair, you have 2 minutes until 3:30.
So I should wait 2 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I will.
Mr. Rowland, were you able to get into PrimeGov?
Not yet. I'm trying.
Okay, let me know if you need some assistance.
I think I do. I waited too long. I had too many meetings. So I
Okay,
might need to, if you could call me offline and I could.
okay. Let me see. I do not have your number. I will send you mine real quick.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Lisa, this is Alan.
Yes,
Is everybody else showing in PrimeGov other than him?
yes,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. David, did you hear from Pete White? Okay, thanks.
Mr. Chair, it's 3:30. Time to call the meeting to order, and those who don't have their PrimeGov, they can voice vote.
Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Are there any of those who don't have all their materials working properly? First order of business is to approve the minutes of the May 5, 2020 School Bond Advisory Board special meeting, and I'd recognize a motion to that effect. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, please vote yes.
Mr. Rowland, how do you vote?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are approved. Next item is to receive the Independent School District number 89, 2007 and 2016 school bond issue revenue and expenditure reports. Recognize a motion that they be received.
I have a question on that. We're
Okay.
rejecting bids. The second part of that is to reject the bids.
No, we're not there yet.
Okay, sorry.
I'd recognize a motion to approve this item. Bruce Sanchez moved it. Jessica Martinez Brooks seconded it. Please vote.
Mr. Rowland, how do you vote?
Yes, please.
So we have the
Thank
vote.
you.
It passes. Next, we have a number of construction contracts, which I would suggest that we vote on the construction contracts, which include 7, A, B, C, D, E, 5 items. Vote on them together, and anybody has any questions or comments, but I would recognize a motion to approve the 5 construction contracts.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to mention some specific things about each of these.
Okay,
Item A, you'll notice, is to reject the bids for the Northwest Classen High School tennis court improvements. Those bids came in high, but I believe that the district is going to use some other funds on that. Gary, could you help me out on that? Is that still the case?
That's what I was told also. I don't know, is Todd on here today?
Yes, sir, that is the case.
Okay, so let me explain to the board, because this board only oversees the 2016 bond issue. If the school district has other funding sources that they can use, that's not under the oversight of this board. Therefore, for this board, we will reject those bids, but the district can take those as they see fit onto their board and approve it or reject it with other funds that aren't 2016 bonds. So then on B, similarly, there's another project, but this one is being recommended to be approved. And then I would want to point out to the board that items C, D, and E have already been approved by the school board prior to this meeting and have been awarded, but they're on here because they're supposed to come through this body. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have to add about those specific construction projects, unless anybody has any questions.
I have a quick question. This is Tim on B, 4B there. We may have another, and this is, we may have another party that will help with the demo that would save us some funds potentially, but we haven't figured out when exactly they're going to show up. How would that work if they're able to? And I think that was the alternate one was the demo on the project. And I believe it was around 24,000. I think there was a party that may do it for 9,000, but it's about the timing. So I don't know how that could work, or we could use that extra money for construction down the road, but also to that point we don't want to hold up the award of this project by any means either.
Well, not only do you not want to hold it up, but if you do hold it up, we could be subject to delay claims by the contractor. If that's something that Mr. Jewell can work out with the contractor, I guess I'll leave that up to him. But as it stands right now, we have to award it per the contract documents.
Okay, that's what I was
David, I'm going to interject if you don't mind. I had a conversation with them today. I do believe they're going to be mobilizing out there this week and moving forward on that. We should not have to use the alternate at all.
other comments?
What is the alternate, Gary?
Was the demo. There was the demo of some existing, the bleachers, fences, outbuildings, and those are going to be taken care of by the county.
Okay, so when you say that they're going to be out there this week, you mean the county is going to do that demo before Downey gets out there?
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
So I wanted a clarification on item A. If we're rejecting the bids and the school district is finding other funds to use to build the tennis courts, does that mean they're not using any 2016 Maps Kids money? Is that right?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor of the 5 items?
Why do you need a motion?
I'm sorry?
You need a motion.
I'm sorry. I need a motion for the 5 items to be approved and a second. We have those. All in favor? Approved. Thank you. We'll move on to item number 5. Recommend Independent School District number 89 purchase 410 staff iPads utilizing I-89 2016 school bond funds, $163,159.50. Does anybody have any comments?
Mr. Chairman, I do. I put these items out here as separate items, items 5, 6, and 7, because of particular circumstance. So item 5 being iPads, there's, only one place you can buy those. And Eric may want to add to this, but I just wanted to point out that this is like a sole source contract for a pretty good size number there. But like I said, I wanted to point that out so that it wasn't just buried in the mix and all this. And then same thing with the 10,760 student iPads, the $4 million. That's a giant number in the same respect. And then the Chromebook case on item 7 is also a sole source. So that's the only reason why those are out there separate. So if you have any questions, we'll try to answer those. But you are on item number 5.
Are there any questions? Seeing none, I'd recognize a motion to approve item number 5 and a second. Lee Rowland has moved it. We need a second. There's a second from Jessica. We'll vote. Approved. Next item, number 6, same thing. I'd like to have a motion for approval.
Whoa.
Do we have a motion for approval?
Where am I?
Oh.
Hold on. Fell off.
Still looking for a motion for number 6.
We can't motion until they pull it up.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, Jessica approved it. Ruth seconded it. We'll vote. Approved.
Just a quick comment, because I see we're making these major technology purchases. Is this because of coronavirus and what we're expecting for the fall? Can anybody address that?
Eric, could you address that?
Yes, sir. We are planning for multiple contingencies, but a one-to-one initiative is part of that. We're calling that Empower OKCPS, and that is both to account for at-home remote distance learning options, as well as face-to-face blended learning opportunities. So it extends both outside the classroom and beyond those 4 walls.
I do have a question. This is Ruth Sanchez. On the iPods, how are children going to be accessible to that? Are they going to having to actually go physically to the school to pick them up, or are they going to be sent home, or how does that work?
Well, depending on the social distancing model that occurs at the time, Ms. Sanchez, we can distribute in multiple models. Probably the most popular model is a classroom distribution mechanism. So assuming that we're coming back face-to-face in a brick and mortar school, they will be distributed that technologies or those particular iPads through their classroom and checked out, and through our library automation system, so we know what is checked out to what student. If we are still in remote, or we can't congregate in face-to-face by the time school starts, we will have another mechanism where we will check out through maybe a drive-by collection process, a handout distribution process. Every school district around the area did something similar this past semester, and in addition to us, we also did that for summer school students too, where we had a come and go collection where we couldn't congregate all at one time.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Time for a vote. We we need a motion to approve the purchase of 10,760 student iPads. It's been moved. Is there a second? There is a second. All in favor? It passes. Next item is item number 7, which is the 19,914 Chromebook cases utilizing I-89 2016 school bond funds of $378,366. Any questions or comments?
That's the item we just approved, I think.
I thought we just approved 6. No, which was the 10,760 student iPads.
Lisa, does that show as approved?
Okay, I'm sorry. If we have approved it already, we'll move on to the next item. We next have.
Yes, we're on item 7.
Okay, my fault. We're on item 7 or 8? 7?
It's showing 8.
I know it.
Excuse me, number 8.
Okay. Next, we have the consent docket. We have a number of items. We will vote on them A through K at the same time unless there's individual consideration required. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, Jessica has moved it. Ruth has seconded it. Now we will vote. Approved. Thank you. We'll move on to the next item. We now have a ratification docket of $1,137,287.98. We're going to take a look at seeing if we can get all of these ratified at the same time. Are there any questions, comments? And if not, we need a motion. It's been moved by Jessica. It's been approved by Ruth. Any questions? Seeing none, we'll vote. It passes. We now, what did you now? That was 9. That was 9, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We're now to number 10, which are any comments from board, staff, or citizens.
I'd like to make a comment, Mr. Chairman. I just want to point out, Mr. McLaughlin, you mentioned last meeting about an issue with some irrigation out at Capitol Hill. You probably already know this, but I just want everybody else to know that that has been fixed. There was a circuit issue out there, but it has been fixed and everything's functioning properly.
I appreciate that follow-up. That was fantastic, by the way. Thank you.
That's all.
Any other comments? Seeing none, I would recognize a motion to adjourn. I would recognize a motion to adjourn.
I don't have a choice on my computer yet.
Don't have that option, yeah.
Okay.
So
You can just adjourn the meeting.
We'll just adjourn the meeting. Everybody have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.